Yeah. Yeah, stay. Good girl. So, oh, fuck's already. All I've done is moved the pink sofa. So those that don't remember, I've been here on this particular part of Portsmouth for just over a year now, and I arrived with obviously the pink sofa that I'm sitting on, which was given to me by somebody who was on the floor below me in the old block, because we only had like the two-seater sofa and a chair in the previous place. And it's really difficult because it's how you get it to yourself. It's like, even today on Free Cycle, 2 sets of dining tables and chairs have come up and 2 L sofas. So it's like, brilliant, fantastic, but fuck, car. So then again, it's van. So that's 2 journeys, 30 quid a time to get them picked up by a friend of mine who officially should charge me 90 quid, but he doesn't. So anyway, as you know, just a quick update for people, I have been planning to do this for fucking ages, to bridge a gap in finances, to make sure I could come out the benefit system without the challenges that I had with Aaron and Faith, because obviously it alerted people that someone like me had come out the system too quickly. As you know, it's hypermobility EDS awareness thing, and as I've got my coffee cup up here, the back of my nape of my neck is going, we're gonna go sliding today, and it's trying to push my cranium cerebellum, I think it's called, down the back of my neck. She's really uncomfortable. So anyway, one of the neighbours, and we have isolated it, it's not actually this neighbour down here, but it's the neighbour, Mo, who is the person who has asked me for the help to sort out all the parking issues that were going on here. And as you know, I am the reason that these garages are even open, because 5 of these garages were all closed and the council weren't doing anything about it. So I'm the one that's pushed, I'm the one that's kept things going. So I've got to put my coffee cup because my neck's saying la 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 la. It's another little EDS thing. So I made the decision this morning. I've had a good chat with my neighbour on this side of the garage, not house neighbour, but garage neighbours. And I actually had a really good chat with the couple. So it's what you all know to be classed as a lesbian couple. I just see 2 women that are in love. And yeah, really nice girls, you know. So for anybody who thinks that, you know, what I say about the LGBT, that I'm one of these, you know, homophobic people, it's got fuck all to do with that. It's got absolutely nothing. You know, the 2 ladies are not pushing their agenda on my kids, do you know what I mean? And my children understand that it's 2 ladies in love, you know, and it's you know, and that's it. So anyway, I had a conversation with them today, and what she said is, she said, ring council and let them know that I'm going to write a letter to say that we've got an actual agreement between the 2 of them. She said, because clearly what you've got is my arrangement, and my agreement is with the lady on the road. So I'm clearly not obstructing her car because her car is parked there. Now, the people next to me, her sister's got her car at the moment. Morning! Her sister's got the car. Oh, hang on, I wanted... No, I'll do it later. So basically now I live in a place where the community warden's now on to check up on all the old people. And they're only actually seeing me for the first time. I'm a bit of a hibernator, by the way, and I do what I need to do. It's very difficult to get on. And it's very difficult in a neighbourhood, isn't it? Because it's, that's when good neighbours become good friends. So anyway, this is my means to make money. I can't currently, well, I can, but I can't currently, but I can. I could choose to, but I choose not to. So I choose not to work in my current field at the moment as a coach. So my field, as somebody who was trained, so trained as originally as a youth worker. So in terms of CV, let's talk about CV. I'm not going staying on long, by the way. So let's talk about CV. And I can't stay on long either because my signal will kick out, because I'm actually sat in the garage. Do you want to see my little banner quickly? I decided to turn this into a bit of a political stance. It's a pillowcase split in half. So it basically says Hypermobility EDS Awareness Month. So for any person around here that looks and goes, oh, Kellie's left it out all night, instead of thinking, oh, what a fucking cunt, think, shit, she probably slipped her discs. So I've just moved this sofa that was across there, and I've moved it that way. And for somebody like me, I would have to take everything that's off it to be able to move it. But I decided, fuck this fucking shit. I had mighty fight the other day when I flooded my neighbour's kitchen, and I zoomed around and I pulled the freaking tumble dryer out, the oven out, which I can do, but the fridge, freezer and the washing machine, no. And I wasn't begging Dean for him coming. It decided to cut me out quickly, so I'm not going to stay. So anyway, my point being, I've decided to continue moving it in the way that I needed to, because at the end of the day, the council are having a go at me, saying that they have evidence that I'm obstructing the neighbours. So let me just go down this side. So if my car, which is my car, is there. So if my car was parked here, this is pretty much the same. I've gone slightly over it today, but only because I've been chatting to my neighbour. So I've gone slightly over the threshold today, but the agreement is between me and my neighbour. The agreement is between me and my neighbour. The agreement between me and my neighbour and me and my neighbour is agreed between me and my neighbour. So if said this lady here and that lady up the top here want to come and take photographs and then send it to the council, and then the council respond, as you know, they rang me while I was at the train station on the middle. Oi, up there, David, I'm not going to call you a doodah thing, because I think you're going down different roads and different avenues at the moment now, aren't you? I'm not quite sure. So anyway, just to continue with this, because the point is being, and what I'm trying to prove is, I forgot the letters, I was meant to bring them down. So I had a phone call, and the phone call was an aggressive phone call. The phone call was, don't lie to me, I know you've got stuff out. I've had evidence that you have. Right? So I said, why would I lie? I've been planning it for ages. I'm doing a car boot. What's the problem? I've got, this is what I'm doing, and that's it. So it's a little bit cluttered and it's a little bit scatty, so people can go bump. But literally, we had some rain a minute ago, so I flooded some bits out just for some things. So anyway, if said you got a phone call from a social worker going, I've been told you've hit your kid, we're coming now, I'm going to court, we're getting orders, and you're going to have your child taken. And then you're sitting at home going, and then you ring your mum, I've just had a phone call from social, they're apparently coming to take the kids. So then a letter turns up to say, we have due cause and concern for the welfare of your child. We have had a statutory meeting, and the basis of that meeting, we are going to remove your children, or whatever it is. So I've got to get a step in here, because they've already sent me one letter. So there's so many warnings. So they've done one phone call where they're aggressive, one written letter to tell me not to do it, and then I've come back out and done it, right? Now, at the end of the day, me and my neighbour have just had a conversation, and she has just said at the weekends her sister is probably going to be here and their friends, and they'll use this space. And I've said, hey, no problem, if I'm not going anywhere and you need to use a space behind me parking, that's not a problem, right? So that's a verbal agreement between the two. There's also a verbal agreement that if I wish to use her space here, yeah, which officially is not our garage. Officially, I'm the one that's held the ground about continuing parking outside the garage, because they wrote to say no. And I said, the only reason I've got this garage, mate, is because it's to park my car, yeah? So I can park my car on the outside, can't really get it in, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. So anyway, me and my neighbour have come up with an agreement that this is the space here that is considered the space for here. I just want to make sure there's no dogs. Eleanor, come with me a second. I don't know if I will lose my signal quickly, but let me just go down to Roger's. So Roger's got 2 garages. So, and that's left out there obviously permanently, yeah? So this is how I know it's personal, yeah? Personal, yeah? Because it's not a one size fits all. So basically, I've now got a letter issued to me yesterday to say that they are locking my garage on the 17th of May, my birthday, and any content in there will be removed and charged to me, right? So basically, here's the irony. Last night, once I got that letter, it was like, what's the point of me putting the stuff back in? They're taking it anyway. So I've got to clear it out anyway. So now I'm continuing with this for 7 days. But it would take me about 7 days to achieve the job that I'm trying to do, which is then, once the sofas are in, I'm bringing down the boys' Lego table and like a train table and one of their train things. So they can literally sit in there, play, and then I can sit on the laptop and write. And then once I've got Sky, I'll be able to connect up to my Sky from there too. And it means that the boys are able to play down here, right? Now, in order for them to be able to play around the back, I'm now building relationships with people here in the community that know, and also to explain. So, hypermobility EDS, already met one person who doesn't know she's an EDSer, but she is. Now, the council could turn around and say that is not correct usage of the garage and still play with me. Now, at the end of the day, I could go into my little battles. Don't forget, I'm diagnosed with borderline personality, which is actually comorbided with autism. So basically, I was diagnosed after Aaron and Faith were taken by private psychotherapist that is from Hearts and Mind Autism that said, yes, Asperger's, clear as fucking day. She said she could tell the moment I walk through the door in how I mask. What is masking? Masking is not revealing how you manage things that you struggle with. So even if I'm up in a nice posture and I'm walking around, there is only certain people who can tell when my neck is fully down because of how I turn and move, to whether I can't actually do it at the moment, so I'll still use my eyes and I will move around slightly more to look around like this rather than turning. I can't actually do that at the moment, to turn one said head to move around. I've got a little bit of use, but it's just not worth the snag that goes on because it will paralyse me basically. So anyway, we've also got cleaners and staff all starting to come in. We'll all start having carers and everybody starting to come in. All the parents have already done all their drop-offs, used their space, boom, 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 boom. So anyway, I'm doing this to flip my car over because at Christmas we got a dog. The reason that I want to use this as a point is because if you got that phone call and if you got that letter, so now you woke up this morning, a letter has arrived, it has said, we have had a statutory meeting, the agreement was that your children would be removed while we do a 26-week assessment on you. This is what your contract expectation is, but we will be there at 10 o'clock on the 17th of May and we will be there to remove, I'm going to say, your 2 daughters, so it has no association or energy to my little ones up there, your seven sons, yeah? So the moment you get that letter, now also remember, Kelly has a legal diagnosis of autism. What is the worst case space of somebody with autism? Somebody with autism who is getting slightly anxious, somebody who's autism who has just been threatened for something to be taken off of them, be it a child, a car, a garage, your home, it doesn't matter. The moment you are telling somebody that something is going to happen, it is no different than, oi, love, I like your fucking cunt. Oh, it's going to fuck it. No, you're not. Yes, I am. How are we going to get into agreement that you want to fuck me and I'm saying no? So then we have this definition of rape. Yeah, so a definition of rape, and I can't remember exactly, and if Amber could actually put the actual definition of rape down now, that would be really handy, and then I can tell you exactly what the definition of rape is. But it will be to do with some form of consent where somebody is taking away your consent. So somebody is taking away my consent because even if I chose to clear this garage out and it's 70 quid, I still need it to be functional. I didn't want to hand it over because I need this parking space. We don't have parking people around here, but I've got upstairs. Ow, 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 shit, fuck it up. Ow, ow, hang on, ow, ah! Sorry, while I was holding the phone, my hand went out. Oh, that was nasty. I don't, ow. If I'm on my own, I don't have to go, ow, ow. I'm trying to aware to you when I'm saying, ow, or There's a difference, yeah? There's a difference between labour going, oh, Braxton Hicks contractions too. But what would you do if you lived in a neighbourhood that all of a sudden you heard a woman going into labour and you could hear, but you didn't know that woman was in labour because it was going on behind closed doors. All of a sudden the police come fucking rushing, everybody runs to the doors, and all of a sudden they realise that it's not the police they need, it's not a criminal matter, darling, they need a fucking ambulance. But because the person has assumed that someone was being murdered in the house, that actually they have become ill prepared and gone to somebody else's house. What I'm saying is it's incompetence, and the thing is people like me and you get these letters, and it doesn't matter whether it's about our kids, it doesn't matter whether it's about we might be late with a payment, it doesn't matter whether it's not even that you're late with a payment, it's that somebody's telling you how much you've got to pay, plus an increase of 45%. Now, at the end of the day, I choose to move, but there is a way of doing it. Now, put it all back and leave them to do whatever they need to do. They have got to obstruct the garages. So in order for them to come in and shut my garage down, now isn't it nice that I'm so nice to the workmen and I leave them my space whenever they need it? But they would have to pull it all out and get a van and probably actually ask the two neighbours if maybe they could move their car for the day. You get me? So how come when I've got to clear it out and it's not a problem, what they should be saying to me is, hey, Kelly, not a problem. You've got 7 days, love, if you need to be really sorting it. But within 7 days, we would like to see some massive amount of protest, maybe protest, but massive amount of progression. So at the end of the day, what they should be saying to me as well is, we are aware that obviously you have lost syndrome. We're aware that it makes it very difficult for you to pick and lug. So that's why I use banana boxes. For anyone doesn't know, these are banana boxes. Yeah, I move with them, I pack things up with them, and the reason that I do it is because they can literally, doesn't matter whether you can fill your DVDs in them boxes, you can fill your videos or whatever it is, CDs, your books, whatever, apart from the bigger ones, but you lay them flat. And even your shoes can go in them, things like that. What I find with cutlery, absolutely brilliant. Get your cutlery tray, put it straight in the box, get your things straight in, and you can do it cupboard by cupboard. So when you move, you just stack them all up. So you can move bits in a car, you haven't got big boxes. I think it's something like, in the back of my car, I can get 15 of them boxes in the back of my car. So here we go. So, rape, unlawful sexual activity, or usually sexual intercourse carried out forcibly or under threat or injury against a person's will or with a person who is beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent because of mental illness, mental deficiency, intoxication, unconsciousness or deception. Now let's change that over to violation and how rape on doing something that you don't want to do, like handing over your children, like handing over the keys to your garage, like handing over the keys to your home, like handing over a job. Now, what if you're only losing those things because somebody has made a false allegation? Now, it's all well and good going da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, at the end of the day, it's cut and paste. So according to this cut and paste, then I would be a disturbance, a nuisance, an inconvenience, all these words that would describe somebody who has crossed over into somebody else's territory. Yeah, so here is a line. I've crossed it at this particular moment, but in agreement with these people here. And actually I haven't crossed the legal line because her garage doesn't start until here, and my garage doesn't start to here. So that is smack bang down the middle, but the table has slightly crossed over, right? Now, in legal terms, in court, this is a threshold. So when that line moves, yeah, oh, fuck it up. Seriously, it's driving me nuts. It's not like really horrible, painful, like I've just been smacked into a fucking car. Seriously, it is just like having a nauseating Braxton Hicks contractions and probably being at a stage level 3. Anyway, one of the neighbours is currently walking behind me, so I'm going to do this slightly. And I am stood outside her house. Now, at the end of the day, it is EDS Awareness Month this month, yeah? And I want to be able to use this on what is it that I could do with somebody right now. And wouldn't it be really nice if she's coming into video now, can see it. And now it's none of her business. So it is none of her business, right? Anything that I do within this area here right now is none of her business, right? Whatever arrangements I have with this person, whatever arrangements I have with this person is between me and that person and any person, yeah, any person, none of their business. It is a violation and it is a breach of your private life. Now, it's not my private life because it's outside here, but it is my space. Yeah, anything people can hear, it's not private because there's so many fucking damn people. Hence why you won't put an autistic person in this place in the first place, yeah? If you do a proper core assessment, what is the core? The line between there and there, yeah? So the core of you, your core is this. Your principles, your passions, and your purposes, yeah? So it all lines in here, yeah? And a lot of people either would go, what are principles? Well, the principle of this is that they're making me out to be somebody that has just gone out, fuck it. Yes, darling. Have you got your shoes on? Yeah. So the principle of it is somebody has defamated my character, my intentions. In fact, people are loving me being out here. They're loving the community. They're loving the good mornings. In fact, this morning I've already spoken to, I got snubbed by him today because he knows I could rock his garage because of this, yeah? And because of the community talking. So that's no different than a multi-agency people. They're all talking, you don't know who they are, you don't know who's going on. I don't know between her and Mo whether there is an issue. Even me naming the people within in the community is a violation of people's private life. I'm doing it deliberately. Usually I don't bother to a certain level and I just say someone, some person, don't even identify. I've just literally clicked my left knee out as I've just turned around. Now, if my dog was left down here and was going fucking nuts, every dog and everything, and I left him down there would be a grounds for someone to phone the RSPCA. If I had loads of kids and they were scratching up my neighbour's car, then it would go to criminal, because not only have we crossed a line, we have caused criminal damage to the car. Right, and this is exactly to do with the multi-agency. The difficulty is being you. Yeah, and it's based on what you know, what information you know. So basically I have already alerted them by phone call that I will be responding to the letter. However, I will not be responding to the letter directly to them because I don't wish to be in discussion with any person who is not part of my private life within my private matters. It violates my right to a private life. I will be addressing this matter with the injunction in court. The fact that they want to do this, yeah, but it is going to rain again. I've just moved the sofa and I need to shape it. I'm just trying to turn it into a bit of a shape and make it so I don't have to pull it all out.
Okay, which way you want to play with me?
She does want to play slowly. Speak slowly. Slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down.
She's licking me.
She is licking you, isn't she? Yeah, no humping, no jumping and humping. Right, so anyway, what I'm basically saying is, how would you respond, or would you just react? Would you go in your shell, or would you sit down and write the letter and basically say, blah, 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 what's going to happen? Now, the difficulty is if I get Amber to write it, Amber can't write from my perspective, and that's no different than a social worker, because she doesn't even write her reports. Somebody else does. And this is why it's all going so wrong. Yep. Let her do it then, Fro. Okay. I'm not letting her off her lead, though. Right, Eleanor, hang on. Sit. Eleanor, sit.
Stop sitting down.
Sit. Eleanor, sit. Come on. Sit. Sit down. That's it. Good girl.
Nice.
Good girl. I'll let her off for 1 second to do this. Right, go on then. Go. Oh, hang on, that's plastic. You need to get that quickly because that's plastic. Leave it, it's fine. Right, so anyway, also now got official person with a briefcase on board, stepping around the corner. Sorry? Yeah, I'm already on it. I've already eyeballed it. I've already eyeballed it.
Play with me.
Dean's just saying, have you seen the official over there? I've already eyeballed it.
Anna won't play with me. I hold him.
So I want to tidy this up as well. But at the end of the day, if I was just throwing it all into a van, I wouldn't give a shit about the order. The only reason I give an order is because I'm thinking about presentation.
Well, Fatima going to my hour.
No, Fatima's over at school today.
I told you.
She'll be back over here about 4. Yeah. So anyway, official over there doesn't even want to show or reveal. Just putting his briefcase, picking his briefcase back up.
Oh, Fatima's 4.
No, Fatima is 9.
9. And I doctor and Tim doctor. We both doctors.
Most people walk because of parking around here.
We both doctors.
Yes, you both want to be doctors, don't you? Right, anyway, let me finish up. Right, so I'm going to be finishing up here, but I'm carrying on the basis that they ain't having the keys from me. And the reason being is because they've no grounds to do what they're doing. Like I said, there's an agreement between me and the two. They're willing to put it in writing to show that. And then the council can tell any person, nosy busybody, that wants to get involved in business that's got fuck all to do with them, to fuck off the phone and stop harassing people, yeah? Because there's an agreement between the two people. She ain't pissing anybody off and she's not been a nuisance. Oh, look. Go on then. Oh, she's got a right run on her.
Because they're running.
You've got trainers on that are too big for you and on the wrong feet.
But these are what football.
I know, but they're too big. They're not your ones. He's taken some out here that he wants. Right, anyway, fucking off. I've got loads to do. All I'm going to say is someone wants to violate and rape you. How do you make your stands?